Hey everybody, it's Lindsay. So I went and had my CT scan this afternoon, and then I had my labs drawn. Um, it was really disappointing that the lab, like the medical techs that do the CT scans, and even the nurse in the pre-op holding for outpatient didn't know how to work with a PICC line. That's a little disturbing, and yeah, it was not pleasant. So, just hoping there's not going to be an infection or anything wrong with me. Um, but everything was fine. And my doctor decided that he wanted to keep me on TPN. And for those of you who don't know, TPN is IV nutrition. It comes in a bag that looks like. Can you see it?
Yeah.
That looks like that. And then you have to put, if you can see those little bottles, you have to inject those into the TPN. It's hooked up to a, yes, and that also. It is hooked up to an IV pump, which is that, and connected to my PICC line. And it runs for 20 hours a day. That's supposed to give me all my calories and nutrition that I need. The reason they did that was because I was severely sick after surgery. It didn't start till about week 3, but I got severely sick, was throwing up daily, multiple times a day, and all of my labs just tanked on me. I was malnourished and had a lot of malabsorption problems going on. So that's when they decided to give my stomach a 2-week break and put me on TPN and see if my stomach could heal. So after he looked at my CT scan today and didn't see any issues, and then looked at my lab work and everything looked okay, he said that he wanted to keep me on TPN for another week, but he wanted me to start. I've been going 2 weeks without eating. Like, the original idea was for me to just be on TPN only and eat nothing. So I went 2 weeks without really eating anything. Not gonna lie, I did have some string cheese here and there. Didn't bother me. It was fine. But now I get to eat with the TPN. So I was really excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I get to eat. I get to eat something tonight. So I had some chicken, some strips of fajita chicken. I ate maybe an ounce of chicken. And I feel so bad and so sick after eating that. Like, I feel like I'm starting all over again. I'm hoping that it clears up and that it will get better over the next week that I'm doing this, because having to be on TPN is really annoying. But as long as I'm not able to keep food down, I will have to stay on it. But yeah, I'm in a lot of pain right now. You know, before, when I would eat, I wouldn't be in pain. I would just get sick, especially in the mornings. Right now, I'm in a lot of pain. There's a lot of pain in my stomach right now, and I know it's not because I ate too much. Because I really, you know, like I said, I had like an ounce, which was just a few bites. So I know I didn't eat too much, but I don't know if it's just because my stomach's been without food, without protein shakes, without anything except liquids, water or Crystal Light for so long that the solid is just hurting it now. But I am in a lot of discomfort right now, and I'm hoping that it will settle and that it will pass. Also, my weight. I have lost some more weight. I am down to, my scale at home said 329, the scale at the doctor's office at 3:30. But I'm down another 3 pounds. So I've lost a total of about 67 pounds over the past 2 months. So that's good, I guess, except it's a lot at once, and it was faster than they wanted me to lose it, but it is what it is. But yeah, so that is my update, my 2-month update. It's very difficult. It's being on the TPN 20 hours a day, a lot of times not even being able to really sleep in my bed for very long, having to sleep on the couch, keep my arm completely straight so it doesn't occlude the line, having to drag a bag, like a little backpack that holds my TPN bag and my IV pump, and I've got my IV line going everywhere, and it's hard to deal with that. And I don't even get to bathe every day like a normal person. I might get to like sponge bathe, but I don't get to I'm not able to get in the shower every day because I have to have someone here to help me. I have to be off the TPN. I only get a 4-hour break. I have to be off the TPN. I have to have my arm completely wrapped so that nothing gets wet on my PICC line or the dressing of the PICC line. Let me tell you, that's pretty impossible. Like, try your best to not let it get wet, but it's gonna get a little misty, a little moist on that dressing. It's just, I've tried everything. I even tried the little glove things that they sent me that go all the way up my arm, that tie off. Like, tried everything, still manages to get wet. So that's, if you ever have to do this, just know you cannot keep it from getting somewhat moist when you shower. It just doesn't happen. But it's you can't really go anywhere because even though you can move around with this little backpack, it's a pain. And having to drag it around, and then it's also, you don't really want people looking at you with this hanging off of your arm and wondering what's wrong with you. I mean, I've been very much isolated since all of this. Over the past 2 weeks, I've really not left my house much. But hopefully it'll get better. Really hoping it'll get better. I'm ready to get better. I'm one of the few patients that have this type of complication. My body hates me. My body is like rejecting me. It's rejecting itself at this point. I mean, I have all this other stuff that goes on, and I have other, issues. Like, I have a autoimmune arthritis that's not real common. I have all kinds of weird things that happen to me. I don't react well to things. My body just hates me. So, I got to deal with it. Sometimes I wonder if I'm ever going to be able to be normal, if I'll ever really be able to eat again, or if I'm going to spend the rest of my life being sick like this. But for those of you who are thinking about the surgery or have recently had the surgery, don't use me as the example. Like, I am not the status quo. Most everybody that I know that has had this surgery has done really well. My doctor even told me there's only been like one other patient that he's ever had that has had the same type of complication. So, just research it for yourself, make your own decision. Don't use me as your example of what's going to happen to you, because it's different for everybody. But hopefully I can shed some light, maybe teach you guys something. So, anyway, it's about time for me to get hooked up to TPN. So I'm going to go. Hopefully I'll feel better after my stomach kind of settles a little. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.